Yo, what's going on guys? It's Zach. Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at Mr. Cynabal here. Not really in depth or anything. I've been using this for PvP for the last few nights, just trolling around nullsec, but I found myself in a position where I've actually ran out of drugs, and if you fly Cynabal a lot, you know, like they really love the Quave Zeros and the overclockers and all that sort of stuff, so the quicker you make this ship go, the better. And we've been running this on a Arty platform. I'll probably like overlay a couple of skirmishes I had with a Vengeance and a Zealot or something in the background there. But the main premise was to... Obviously, I'm going to be doing a Cynabal vid, so I'm saving up the footage. And like I say, I ran out of drugs. So I'm going to show you guys, if you're not familiar with how to actually get back to high sec or low sec or whatever, quite easily and pretty much safely, especially if you've got like a cloak ship or you're doing some exploring in null, and you can literally go from null sec to like high sec. It's absolutely crazy. These Pochven Filaments. Everyone knows we've had these, the noise and the signal filaments for actually getting into null, and I'm going to do like a full guide soon on these after I've done the drone lands videos, which are coming up. I'm really excited for. I just need to get me 3D mouse and do some cinematic stuff for them, because look, man, the sites look really cool. CCP have done an actually really good job on those sites, even though they're really old. But yeah, so I'm going to head back to Jitter to get some more quaif and things, and then I'm just going to jump back like straight into null. So what you need to do, you need to form a fleet with yourself, and then you need to use this one. So this is the border. So there's a few Pochven things. I'll just show you quickly, guys, and I'll explain what they actually do. So if you just type in Poch or whatever in the market, so this, the border, the home, and the internal all refers to the Pochven systems. And it doesn't matter really which one of these you take. The number on the end just means like how many people you can jump with, like in your fleet, so up to 5, up to 15, etc, etc. So I just normally take the border ones because that's pretty quiet space. But like I say, if you've got a cloak, it's absolutely fine. And then when we're actually in Pochven, we'll have a 15-minute jump timer before we can use another filament. Then we're going to use this extraction one, and it's exactly the same. You can get the 5 or the 15 or whatever, depending on your fleet size, so it's pretty cool. So it's really, like, these filaments have been an absolute lifesaver for me, doing, I mean, just even the noise and the signal, because a lot of the time when, like, I was PvPing 100% of the time, like, you'd spend 90% of the time just traveling to nullsec, and then, you know, you may get killed on the way. So these filaments are absolutely awesome, and like I say, we'll do a really in-depth thing, like, later on after the drone land stuff, because it's actually included in that to get the loot out. So we're just going to right-click one of these, the border one. So I did forget to mention, you can't just jump out using the proximity extraction, like to get the high sec whatever from null, and you can't use these in wormholes either, I believe. I think they've changed that. So what we need to do is actually get into Pochven. So we're going to use this right now, make a little gate, and then up here you can see we've now got a log off timer or a filament timer or something. So we can't jump again for another 15 minutes. So I'm just going to actually burn somewhere and line with something. Maybe the station will do. Let's have a quick scan. So just a ton of NPCs there. But obviously, Pochven's still pretty hot for people looking for PvP with the combat probes and all that sort of stuff. So we're just going to wait for a timer, and then we're going to shoot back up to high sec. So sometimes it'll land you literally, I got put in perimeter yesterday, which is one jump. Not yesterday, sorry, when I was using the Loki for the drone land stuff, I got put in perimeter, so it was like happy days, one jump to Jitter. And other times I've been put into like low sec, but still really close. But yeah, we'll have a look once the timer goes, and hopefully we'll get a close exit. And there we go, guys. We've got about 15 seconds to go. I just wanted to give Brujard a shout out. I think that's how you pronounce your name, or Brujard, whatever. Had a really good little chat about the wolf there, and on about the Cynabal as well. So what I'll do, dude, when I get back to Jitter, I'll contract you one of these Cynabals. So yeah, cool stuff. But back to the main video title itself. So now we've got rid of our timers. We've been having a little look for things, trying to scan them down and whatnot. And I did also forget to mention, if you've got stand-ins with the trigs, you can actually dock in the station. So if you haven't got a cloak, just dock up, and then I think that's a bit of a safer way, right? Or you can just stay in space for the 15. I'd recommend putting your mighty rope drive on. I know it makes it easier to scan down, but I mean, you don't want to be sitting in the same spot, right? So now all we need to do is right click our proximity extraction and see where it takes us. Hopefully it'll be pretty close to jitter. Just like that. So instead of doing 32 jumps from the original NULL sec, we've taken like 15 minutes and there we go. We've got 2 jumps to jitter. And that's absolutely insane. So 9 times out of 10 it puts us like in high sec. I've only had like a couple of times where it's put us in low. But yeah, it's like how cool is that, guys? You know, it takes out a lot of the monotony of traveling, because like a lot of EVE systems are dead as well, so even when you're hunting for targets and things. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And like I say, once again, we'll definitely do like an in-depth sort of guide on the filaments, because there is like tons of types. We'll probably tag that on the end of the drones vids, yeah. So as for the content coming up as well, I've got a ton of stuff recorded, guys. I haven't really been able to make videos this past couple of weeks. I mean, you know the channel's pretty dry on content right now, but I've got a ton of stuff saved, especially the drone stuff, like I said at the start. That's really cool. But what I'm going to do, I'll get that 3D mouse, make some dank cinematics, get back to the old school like way of making vids and things. And yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Try and do a big push towards the end of the year. And I'd really appreciate if you guys could stick around for that. But that's pretty much it for this vid. I'll just show you the fit real quick, because I'll probably get asked for it, and I'll also link it in the chat. It's not the final version of this thing, I'm just having to mess around. Really don't like the cap battery on it, to be honest, but it's the Cynabal's like really bad for cap in general. But that's a quick look. So you got the Artys, the small newt, couple of extenders, just the usual fare, right? And I really like the Navy Warp Disruptor for that extra range, because we're all like shooting quite far out a lot of the time. And it is stable without the points and the newt running, which is nice for a Cinna, so you can really stay on grid and be pesky if you can. But if you're coming up against like ranged projection stuff, you know, like zealots and things, like I might have overlaid on the footage, you're just going to get wrecked. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.